Hi, I'm Non-Glitter Matt, Pete Peterson, superfan, and welcome to Jackass.
Eaglehub!
Right, like I said, welcome to Eaglehub. Eaglehub is for entertainment purposes only. The Eagles are just degenerates that love beer and hero clicks and engage in a lot of hyperbole. The drunken sentiments expressed on this show are not indicative of the Pacific Northwest as a whole, and if you get offended by something they've said, just remember, they've said something far worse about Daniel Schroeder. I am very happy to approve this message. Get wrecked, nerds!
Hello and welcome to the Eaglehub yet again. I am, as always, your host, King Brian, OG and eternal Clicks dad.
Hello, it is the Elder Emo, Huck Eagle.
I like that it's just a different title every week.
I know, I'm just gonna make dumb shit all the
Just
time.
keep making them up, baby. So this is our first Eaglehub that isn't around a specific Northwest tournament. Experimenting with what kind of content we want to do from here on out. So if you like what you see in this episode, you don't like what you see in this episode, leave us a comment on YouTube. Let us know.
Or
the
Facebook.
You can rejoin the newly resurrected Eaglehub HeroClix podcast discussion group on Facebook.
Rise.
It has risen.
Yep.
Coming soon. There'll also be an Eaglehub Illuminati Discord, but we're still working on plans for that.
Oh shit.
So I mean that probably means we should start a Patreon, Corey, because it seems like that's what all the podcasts are doing these days.
I know, man. We gotta get some cool tier lists out there, I guess, right? Know how to do it.
I'm thinking at the top, 400 points, Clicks Daddy. You can message me any day and ask me rules questions, and I'll answer them at least once a day.
For how much? How much?
$400, which is $100 less than somebody else is charging for.
That's a steal. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. Then maybe a $250 a month level, 4 openings. If you take one of them, you can be on one episode of the Eaglehub a month. Talk about whatever you want.
Yeah.
You'll have to deal with us though.
Exactly.
And then $100 a month, Corey and I will build your teams for you.
Exactly. And I'll make bystanders.
Yeah.
That somebody won't rip off and resell on fucking eBay or wherever else.
Yeah. It'll be exclusive bystanders that we don't post online everywhere.
Exactly. The free stuff.
Yeah. So if you're excited about one of those options, let us know. We'll fire up the Patreon for you.
Exactly.
We could also probably add like a $1 a month sweaty boy category. That's just you want inside information from the Illuminati.
Yes.
Get exclusive access to the dojo.
Oh, you want that? That's it's a prize possession.
Well, it wouldn't be an episode of a thing that we make without a beer of the episode. Today, our beer of the episode is Bourbon County by Goose Island. This was given to me by our good friend Jason as a little gift during our ROC trip a couple weeks ago. It is a, as you might guess by having bourbon in its name, it is a bourbon barrel stout.
Nice.
And this is 2025 bottle, so fairly recent, but 14.8% ABV. So definitely what our friend Jelly Bean would call a big boy beer. So cheers.
Oh, look at this hipster in the mason jar.
Oh, that's delicious. Great. Sweet notes that you get from a stout.
Yeah, there we go. Where the notes at?
Complemented with the bourbon barrel. No, that'll drink. And this isn't just any glass, Corey.
Oh, speaking of risen from the dead.
sponsor, the old Eagle Cast.
Oh man, good old days.
No ads for Gone Guy anymore, though.
Yo, if you're out,
But
anybody
give
else
us
out there
one
wants to
tip.
get that ad space, let us know. You can offer
We're free
2%.
agents.
You can offer
And since
2%.
apparently every HeroClix podcast needs a revenue stream, support us so that we can continue to be a free podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So it works.
You want a frittata, Corey?
Another one? Yeah, give us one.
This one's straight from the farm. Gotta find the voice.
Polly Sharp.
I know Kung Fu. If you have 2 begging of your turn powers, do you choose the order?
I saw this one earlier today.
Such as, at the begging of your turn, heal 1 friendly character 1 click, and at the begging of your next turn, remove this character from the game.
Hopefully this is an ESL Claire, but otherwise it's like a autocorrect.
My favorite is that it happened not once, but 3 times.
I know. It was 3 because I read it the first time and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
what? And then I checked it again and I was like, and then the third one, I was like, oh, bro.
The begging of your turn. The begging of your turn is when you're late in the game and your opponent is running away because they know they have the lead and you're trying to goad them into engaging you by, say, making a chicken sound. That's the begging of your turn.
That makes perfect sense to me. Yes.
Also, man, HeroClix Reddit is still a thing, and one popped up to me the other day. That was just incredible.
It's still alive. That's crazy.
It was how to be Ultimate Hulk. Hello. Good afternoon, evening, friends. I have a question. How can I be Ultimate Hulk? I understand that the more I lower his health, the stronger he becomes. Which, man, if you're struggling with Ultimate Hulk,
Yeah.
hit him. That's the answer.
Yeah, keep hitting him. Don't stop.
Yeah. You know, 4 clicks from KO, he's a 17 defense. Hit him with a penetrating damage on his 17 defense click. Done. Yeah, it seems like Clicks Reddit needs Zach to return, whip them into shape as a mod.
Yeah.
I think in the previous Eagle lore we've talked about Zach as a Clicks Reddit moderator.
Yeah. That's a lore.
If not, it's out in the world. Another Eagle secret released, like the Clicks hole.
Oh no. Somewhere Zach is blushing.
Hopefully he'll pay us $250 a month so that he can be on the show once a month.
Yes, that's how we get him.
So with the ROC circuit winding down, thought we'd take a quick little gander at the meta for all of the events that have been going on. Just see if there's anything that surprises us. Anything that stands out that's interesting, or if it's largely what we expected. So we'll take a look at the meta for the main force, the sideline, and equipment. We'll look at all players, and then let's take a look at the top 8, just see if we notice any differences. Unsurprising, number 1 spot, per Degaton.
Yep, he's on a lot of unthemed teams for the cheap price of 20 points.
In fact, gotta say, this whole top 4 is unsurprising. It seems like they've been locked there because they're all so cheap and they're very powerful. So Predagon, Copycat, Legacy Panther, the Phoenix.
I can't be mad at it because I'm pretty sure I played all 4 of those on one team. Third clicks count.
Then the first figure that costs more than 30 points, we have Prime Rogue.
Oh,
71 teams across all players, a 60.1% win percentage.
yeah,
Pretty solid.
good close attacker.
The thing that surprised me the most, 63.3% wins for Predagon teams,
Oh,
which, you know, could be a correlation thing of good players know to play Predagon.
it's because he has prob. That's why.
Yeah. About also prob and leadership for 20 points is buck wild.
Oh yeah. Plus, he just moves through everything. Team players. Oh, you want an attacker as well? You start him on the other click. Yeah, he's just a good utility knife.
Then looking through a few more, we've got Pegasus Cap, Colosseum Cap, Zala, Big Boy Sinestro. And then this is the first surprise for me is Reverse Flash is a top 10 main force.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were putting, I think, Animal Man on him. I'm pretty sure it's Animal Man.
Yeah. I mean, his top click is great for 40 points. I
Yeah.
get it. It's just there's so many good primes. It's hard for me to justify. Then the Spider-Man, who has blown up onto the scene on a lot of Beetlejuice teams,
Yeah.
coming in right behind the bane of degeneration clicks, Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
And then a couple more, just Lucas, PJ, and Scott. Hadari. And interestingly, Hadari has, I think, the lowest win percentage of any of the top 15 pieces.
Yeah, she's just not the hot new thing anymore.
I take that back. Scarlet Witch at 15 is even lower. Hopefully my AI editing makes it better. But if it sounds like there's a jet engine on the recording, it's just Corey's computer. And if you signed up to support us on Patreon, we could help Corey get a computer that doesn't sound like a jet engine.
It's just I'm using my podcast mic instead of the DJI mic, so pretty sure that's why it's picking it up.
No, Corey, don't short
shit, my bad. Yeah, it's this raggedy ass laptop that I'm using,
Yeah.
guys. This is Dell.
Maybe get some Sarah McLachlan playing over this part. In the arms of the angel. Not gonna submit you guys to any more singing. As long as you join the Patreon that maybe we will have. All right, let's take a look at top 8 metas, see if there's any differences. Unsurprising, Predagon still at the top. Black Panther moves up. Copycat and Phoenix move down a little bit. Colosseum Cap pops up over Pegasus Cap. Rogue still high. Big Boy Sinestro still high. Zala still high. So not a lot of differences. Reverse Flash drops down quite a few spots, which isn't a surprise. And 30-point Loki pop up quite a bit. We will move on and take a look at Equip Monk.
Good old Equip Monks.
Coming in 293 teams. Avatar of Animal Man. No surprise there. I think we all, as soon as that figure was previewed, said, oh yeah, he good.
Yeah, anything that gives any movement attack like hypersonic, and then defenses also, it's like it's a done deal with awesome flight and the dolphins.
Truly. Then Destroyer at number 2. Also not a big surprise. People love high defense
And be able to
and giant size.
yeah, just untoken your character every turn. It's really good.
Yeah. Ring of Telekinesis coming in at 3 is interesting to me. I love Ring of Telekinesis. I think it's a great object. But it's also in a format that is full of Beetlejuice, a not highly used object.
It's just because it's free, right?
I mean, I guess you must be placing it on Mysticals and Warriors, but still, just like, as long as Juice is dominant, it's really hard to justify playing the ring. Then we've got the +1 longsword, Mjolnir, unsurprising with all the Spider-Mans, Godkiller sword,
I bet. I'm pretty sure that's gonna pick up after
yeah,
Strange
yeah.
Tales becomes legit.
It is gonna fly towards the top because we are certainly going to see a lot of mystics enter the field.
Mental.
Sinestro Core Ring, Universal Weapon, Bloodstone, Crimson Gem. Nothing overly surprising to me except for Ring of Telekinesis being so high.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything else is just like what?
But interestingly, moving to top 8, Ring of Telekinesis is even higher than Destroyer.
Oh wow.
We also see Mjolnir jump up, not surprising. There was just that glut of the one Beetlejuice team with the Pegasus caps and Spider-Man.
Yeah. Especially because
And
you could
it
run
was
2
a lot of
caps.
yeah.
So
Otherwise, the top 10 stays the same. The order changes a bit.
yeah.
And let's move on to sideline. Coming in at the top spot, we got Travis.
Dude, Travis is so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's clear why Travis is on a lot of builds.
Yeah, because right now everything is focused to close, and then everything pretty much either has access to Blade's Claw Fangs, and then also free shit that gives out Blade Claw Fangs. So
Yeah.
yes,
There's a lot of good ways. Animal Man, unsurprising given he was the top equipment. Fortify, still that number one shot.
jeez.
Mimic, I'm a little surprised to see Mimic this high.
I know, me
on the list.
too.
Just because Mimic has been largely a solved problem.
Yeah, I wonder if there's still like certain areas that just don't know or just forget that you can just bypass it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Might be a local thing.
Whole lot of sideline juices.
Yep.
And then coming in hot, we knew this one was going to be in the top 10. Halt Mutant.
Oh yes.
I'm actually surprised to not see Halt Mutant higher than Mimic.
Yeah. Right.
But it was on almost as many teams as Beetlejuice. So clearly getting a lot of use. Abscissa, also not surprising. She's really annoying. Reversed Flash, Resolve of the Green, Mind Gem.
Oh, Mind Gem. Yeah, baby.
Now, if you're a listener to that other podcast from Wisconsin and you made it through to the questions, which is possibly hard because you did have to listen for 4 to 6 hours to get there. A certain young man, not young man, a certain middle-aged man wrote in and asked Degeneration Clicks if they were surprised that there was not more playing of the Mind Gem. And they very much poo-pooed that middle-aged man's opinion. So here I am. What's up? It's good. You guys should have listened to me. And in fact, I suspect when we look at top 8, Mind Gem is going to be higher than 10.
Yeah. Okay.
And look at that. It's at 8th.
Baby.
Popping up there. Also true to form, Mimic drops quite a bit.
Yeah.
And Halt Mutant rises quite a bit, which I think both of those are unsurprising, at least to me.
Yeah. All the oppressive stuff.
And then Web Swinging moves into 10th. I'm assuming, once again, kind of having to do with the glut of Spider-Mans.
Spider-Man's, Green Scar, and also Ant-Man, because he also gives out that access to the power.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, nothing too surprising. Definitely not shocked to see Halt Mutant higher in the top 8, because I think Halt Mutant is so powerful. The way that Degeneration Clicks feels about Beetlejuice, I feel about half of that for Halt Mutant, which is more than I feel for Beetlejuice. Okay, let's take a look at Silver Ages. Coming in at the top, so we know Predagon's not going to be on the list. So replacing him at the top, though, is Black Shirt Scotty P.
Oh, yes. Everybody's crutch.
Very popular. Came in clutch for Merit in the game that we recorded a commentary on. If you haven't checked it out, you can see it in the Eaglehub videos. And there's an easy way that you could get notified whenever we make a video. Just subscribe and like the channel.
And turn on notice.
Turn on them noties, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Also, on the Eaglehub podcast discussion page on Facebook, I usually post links to the videos. So 2 ways for you. Do both of them.
Yeah.
Add a redundancy into your
Do
life.
all of them.
Yeah.
And then get on that Patreon.
Yeah. Reach out to us for the Patreon. So Scott Porter, Copycat, Timebreaker. Unsurprising. Timebreaker is very good. Something that I have yet to play because I don't own. Definitely popped up in the pause for King Brian. The Phoenix, Carnage Silver Surfer, Sicarian, White Shirt Scott, Kevin, Sky Tyrant, The Spot. That is a broad top 10. Only 2 modern non-bystanders in the top 10.
Spot and
No, only 1 modern non-bystander in the top 10.
just Spot.
Only Spot. It's kind of surprising. Sicarian and Carnage Surfer being there is unsurprising. They're both very good at 50 points.
Yeah, good attackers.
Just to look a little bit further down, who's even the next modern piece?
Black Panther Legacy.
Yeah, Black Panther Legacy and then Prime Rogue.
Yeah. Yeesh.
Let's compare that to our top 8s. Scott, Copycat, Timebreaker is still up there. Carnage Surfer, Phoenix, Sicarian, Spot, Kevin, Daredevil, and Panther. So, what's most interesting to me, and I think this points to the variety of the format a little bit, with the exception of Sicarian and Carnage and Spot, I guess, a lot of these are support pieces.
Mm-hmm. I think that's usually how it goes.
Yeah. The interesting thing, if we go back to the top, to all players, I don't know how many teams there were total, but only 93 had Black Shirt Scott, and then it's almost half to the next one with Copycat at 58. So it does point to that we're seeing a lot of variety pop up in the silver format. That is to me a big plus to silver. I am a known hater of 400 point clicks. Prepping for 400 point silver pulp, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a bit, has been hell on me. 400 points sucks.
I love 400 silver. It's fun.
I hate you. I
I
hate you, Corey.
I just love building, man.
I know you do.
So
All right, looking at Equip Monks. Unsurprising avatar of Animal Man, Ring of Telekinesis, and Longsword. All top 3. Avatar of Khonshu comes in as our first silver element. Mjolnir and Destroyer.
moderate.
Destroyer being this high, even as a restricted object now, is pretty surprising. Spin Ring, Bloodstone, Taret, and Power Gem.
Jeez.
That's a lot of good stuff.
Tis.
You can fit all of it on a 400 point team. All right, and then looking at top 8. Not a lot of change, really. Motorcycle pops into the top 10, and Destroyer falls out, which I think points to it's really like the other restricted things are so good that it's hard to justify Destroyer. And I think we see that with Destroyer not falling out of the top 10 in top 8 builds.
That's crazy. Like, where's Trick Arrows?
True.
Way at 39. Oh wait, 35.
Trick Arrows are
35.
I'm scrolling.
Jeez.
Emo Mod, also very good, baby. Trick Arrows 35 in top 8.
Those are the Trick Arrows. Those from that set. Those are probably like one of the best.
Though probably we need to merge the This is the problem with this meta thing, right? Is that the various herbs and arrows are considered separate, which isn't completely helpful.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This should be together.
And let's take a look at the old sideline. All players. Animal Man, of course, Fortify. Mimic super high again.
He's back.
Halt Mutant, even higher for all players in silver, is interesting.
Nice.
Abscissa, Khonshu, some troublers and troublemakers making their way in, and Scrappy Doo.
Stupid.
Dream Miles would be very happy about that.
Oh, Dream Miles would love that.
Yeah. Probably gonna figure out a way to modify Scrappy Doo into Scrappy Dong. We'll leave it at that. No other comment is needed. We don't want to encourage his obsession.
Yeah, we don't want to get a DM from somebody angry at us.
Yeah. Looking at the top 8. Not a lot of difference. Taret pops up a little bit higher, I think. Let's look. Yeah.
10.
From 10 to what? 8 or 9? No, never mind. Stays at 10.
Yeah. Looks like it's
Ignore me. So largely stays the same between top 8 and all, which is interesting. So looking at both metas, nothing overly surprising to me in either account. I do think it points to, we can point to, there's certainly two styles that are dominating modern right now, which is Beetlejuice with a bunch of cheap, efficient pieces and building around Rogue Prime. Those seem to be the most dominant two concepts in Modern.
Yeah, I think
I'm really curious to see how, now that Strange Tales is going to be legal with ROC stuff wrapping up, I'm really curious to see what we see pop up. Certainly seems like we're going to see Loki Sorcerer. We're going to see Nico. My dark horse is going to be Bloodstorm,
oh yeah.
just because, you know, any piece that can take a free action to generate a bystander is really good. Allows you to do some dropship stuff.
Yeah. I can't wait for somebody to show up with like 5 Tri-Sentinel legacy cards.
Oh God.
And a bunch on the sidelines so they can bring them in from that stupid one shot.
They're gonna be desperate though and have to sell some of their other clicks to get gas money.
I know.
I think we're definitely gonna see some patrons pop up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those are
The patron effects are good.
those are just,
I think it's gonna be a little while before somebody finds a way with possessors. You know, so you can mark me down and call me an idiot later. But I think it's gonna take a little bit while longer for people to unlock possessors.
no, they're just gonna play that rare strange. Equip him with Animal Man, then equip him with one of the possessors. Or what? He can do multiples, can he? Yeah. Just load them on.
No, the possessors are the ones that go from your sideline onto an opposing character.
Oh,
when
paycheck.
they-
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Yeah.
I gotta miss that.
Yeah, the patrons are for sure gonna see play. I think that there's a spot for the possessors. I think the possessors are particularly good on like a team that generates a lot of bystanders.
Oh yeah.
I think a lantern team, or a team that has a lantern on it that can free generate a construct, is a really good potential team for a possessor.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. I'm very curious to see what people come up with for that Loki. That Loki is definitely at the top of the list of things people are going to try to exploit the same way they've tried to exploit the sideline Spider-Man.
Oh.
I'm not sure that that's the best way to play Loki, to like try to get him to a stop click as soon as possible. I think there's an interesting thing that you can do where you can YOLO him out, and your opponent is going to be so scared of him landing on his stop click that they'll just ignore him to run to the rest of your build. Which is an interesting proposition. So, you know, it'll be fun to see how people try to exploit him.
Yeah. I agree.
So speaking of exploiting pieces, you know, we should talk about what's coming up. It's time for some STDs. Share our STDs with all of you.
Yes. Come sharing the Eagles STDs.
So our first STD, 400 Silver Pulp, Washington IC Champion Clicks Open Regional, February 21st at Uncle's Games in Redmond. This will be following the CCO Silver Pulp rules, which I believe is just the WizKids Silver Pulp rules.
Did they modify it or something? But yeah, most of it is.
Yeah, they made a couple changes because this is the first time that Silver Pulp has been a thing. There's a couple figures that got banned beyond just what's banned in Silver. And then the carve out for Big Fig is gone. So there's no more of that weird, like, or you can have one figure that takes up more than, which, as far as I'm concerned, should also happen in regular Silver. It's so confusing to have that as a rule.
Yeah.
Then, yeah.
I would I would be down if they kept how the other event was, where you could play equipment and the big boys. But that's just me.
Yeah.
That's why it turned off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. Pulp, 400 pulp, it being only figures, it excluding Star Trek and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Monsters. It's a boring, bland ass format. It is the white bread toast of HeroClix. And to make it worse, it's 400 points.
Oh, no. This is true.
So I'm sure probably next week we'll get a little bit deeper into pulp, talk about what we think will be interesting to see. Maybe even we pull up HC units and try to build a team live. Who knows? So that's February 21st. Then the day after that, at Mythic Finds in Dallas, Oregon, there is the Day of St. Valenclix 2v2. This is just a standard 2v2 format. So player A, player B, players A's play players B's. And it's just 300 modern, no stipulations. You and your partner could both play the exact same build if you wanted to. Won't happen with Corey and I.
Oh no.
No. Never, dog. And then this is the big one coming up for the Eagles STDs. Are we ready to tell people this, Corey?
Yeah, let it out. Let the cat out.
You wanna release the news?
The Eagles will be traveling out of state
Wah,
to Clicks Mania Adepticon.
Hell yeah. So we be coming out to support our Degeneration Clicks buddies. We'll talk shit, but that's because we love them. Also, they have put up a bunch of wrestling belts as prizing for all of the events during Adepticon. We'll run those down in a second. But Ryan, Matt, we're coming. We're going to bring those belts back to Portland, Oregon.
Yes.
Nothing you can do to stop us.
Yes.
Which is going to be really embarrassing for you, Ryan, since we're staying at your house.
He'll just wear it around his house each day. We win one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, my belt in the way. My bad.
Oh, sorry. I forgot where I was.
Oh, don't leave that belt in the bathroom. My bad, Ryan.
Sorry. So there are four days of Adepticon. There's one big event each day. March 26th, the first day, there is the Duos Championship. Both players build a 200-point modern team, and it's 2v2 on one map. So it goes player 1 from Team A, then player 1 from Team B, then player 2 from Team A, then player 2 from Team B. But you're all on one map. You all share your team shares a starting area. Your powers interact with each other and stuff. Looks like a fun format. I've already been thinking about it because there's some interesting wrinkles in each player building a 200-point versus like what would be good as a 400-point build.
Yeah.
So looking at the efficiencies on that has been kind of fun.
It's Extreme Highlander also. So
Extreme Highlander, right? So no crossover between the two builds.
Yeah. So there's one prime per 400-point squad.
And then the other interesting thing is you can interact with each other's sidelines.
Yeah.
So if one team has a full sideline but needs something on it, and the other team doesn't have a full sideline, you can throw it on your teammate's sideline.
Oh yes.
If you're around, if you're thinking about going to Adepticon, come and play against us because it's going to be very funny watching Corey and I try to play a consistent game of HeroClix together when one of us wants to just go maul people and the other one wants to hide in the corner.
Yes, there might be a we're gonna try to play a whole game where we don't interact with the vocals. We'll just use our eyes and point.
Teach each other hand talking before.
Yeah, exactly. We'll try to record it.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Shit.
Man, I don't think that I want to record for Adepticon just because I
Oh
don't want to
yeah,
have to
yeah.
haul all of that shit with us across the country. So we will probably be leaning on Degeneration Clicks for recording at that one.
We'll see. I'm gonna try to get a bigger SD card for my phone. So we'll see.
Cool. So, I mean, I think if we do record stuff, it will probably be not online. So
Yeah,
it'll be record it and post it later,
yeah.
which is another reason, once again, to subscribe, click for notifications, like, do all those things.
Yes, please.
Tell YouTube you want to hear about our content. It's kind of fun doing all the annoying, stupid YouTube shit.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Then, so March 27th, the next day, we've got a Silver Age Clicksmania Championship. This is just standard Silver Age. I don't think there's anything different about their Silver Age.
I don't think so either.
I'm looking at their description. Yep, just a standard 400 point Silver Age. So that will be Friday, March 27th. Then we've got Saturday, March 28th, the main Clicksmania 2026 Championship, 300 Modern, with an asterisk, though.
What's that?
Well, it wouldn't be Degeneration Clicks if they weren't upset about Beetlejuice. So it is modern, except for Beetlejuice's band.
Yes, no boogeyman here.
Very on brand, which will change the meta a little bit.
True.
I know my build that I had been tinkering with that had both Sideline Beetlejuice and Loki Sorcerer is not as good without Sideline Beetlejuice. So that one is going to have to wait for a different day.
I know.
And then on Sunday, the tournament that Corey is most excited for,
Yeah, right.
the Clicksmania Silver Age Pulp Championship.
I'll play in it just for them, but
What a sweetheart.
yes, just for Matt.
Yeah. So they have some special rules for their Silver Age Pulp, though. No floor. So you could have all 400 of your points be silver. You could have all 400 of your points be modern. So that changes building a little bit.
Yeah.
And then let's see. Team up cards are legal. Alternate cards and legacy cards are not legal. And then their one other rule that is unique to them is no piece above 150 points. There is one other difference for them and regular Silver Age. So they are enforcing Highlander, but they don't enforce Highlander for characters with real name various. And the standard Silver format does enforce that. You can generate more with that name, but you can only have one of any specific character. So that's one other difference. So those are the 4 events at Adepticon. I'm sure we'll talk more about that as it gets closer. I'm looking forward to making our way out, visiting lovely Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yeah, March should be a good time.
Probably have some pied cow while we're out there.
Yes. Yeah.
Hopefully we'll get a little bit of time to do a little bit of beer tourism.
Yeah, drop a
thing.
comment. Let us know where the hot spots are. Where should we go?
Hopefully our intro man drops us some.
No, they're gonna take us to all these wrestling spots.
All right. So that is the Eaglehub STDs. We've got one thing left before we're done with this episode. Our friend Merritt Chapman sent me some rules questions a whiles back. A whiles
back. Ooh,
a whiles back.
Wales back.
Hold on, I need a prop for this. A whiles back, our good friend Merritt Chapman sent me some rules questions to discuss on this here YouTube. Pardon me while I smoke this empty corncob pipe. All right, our first question. Character is holding an object and is pulse waved. Do they lose super strength and drop held objects? Corey, thoughts?
If a character is pulse waved,
So they're holding an object, they get pulse wave, they lose super strength. So technically a terrain marker, because anybody can hold an object.
yeah. A terrain. Only if they lose that power.
So the duration. Ooh, this is actually. I'm gonna have to look up this one now that I look at it. So my initial thought was yes, because the duration of super strength ends while you're pulse waving.
Yeah. I can see it that way also, but that's
But
rather annoying.
when you're in doubt, check the comprehensive. Okay.
This character can pick up all down on target bonus.
So I would say, yes, they do drop it when they're pulse waved. So 20.5 can't use clarifications. When something can't be used, this prevents the use of all parts, including active effects, passive effects, granted abilities, or key phrases. And when you're pulse waved, you can't use powers or abilities. So you lose super strength, which makes you lose the ability. Ooh. We got to look at one more thing. Being very thorough on our rules investigation here.
Yeah, he's really trying to sell that tier list.
Yeah. This is the kind of research that you can.
I will do for you.
Mm-hmm. We'll get a deep dive into the very definitions of powers and rules. Yes. So super strength says knockback during close attacks. This character can pick up, hold, and put down non-object terrain markers. So since you lose pulse wave during the attack, you can no longer hold the terrain marker. Technically, you would drop it before the pulse wave.
Wow. Interesting. I like it.
And then a follow-up. What if instead of pulse wave, an opponent uses quake? Is a held terrain object destroyed?
Is it? It's not on the map, is it?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's not.
A held object is not on the map, so it is not adjacent
Yeah.
to the Quaker.
Yep. Because Quake is within 1 square.
Yes.
I know certain people will play stuff that has giant reach and think they can Quake however far away, but
it still only destroys adjacent markers and
that's
blocking.
illegal, yes.
Okay, next question. How far from a starting area do terrain objects, I'm going to change this to markers, need to be placed? Is the rule of thumb that if an object has a card, it's always 5 squares away?
If it's a effect terrain.
Right. So an effect terrain will have a card,
or special,
or
special.
it might be like a token that has an effect on the back. But in the case of an effect terrain, it will always have the little mountain symbol on it.
Yeah.
which signifies that it has an effect. In the case of an effect terrain, it must be 5 squares from a starting area. Same with special objects. Standard terrain markers can be placed anywhere outside of a starting area.
Yeah.
So I know there was a tournament that we were a part of that there was some confusion on this.
Mm-hmm.
And because it was ruled that way, I faced an opponent who started with the Superman phone booth right next to their starting area, which was real annoying. So yeah, don't do that. If that judge is listening to this, you ruled it wrong, my man. He's not going to listen to this. Next question. If an object is unequipped during the game but not destroyed, is it scored by my opponent if I lose the game?
No.
Correct. It is not destroyed if you lose the game, unless you lose all of your figures. In the case of losing all of your figures, your main force is scored, which includes the points paid for equipment.
But if
You know what isn't scored?
one-shots.
Any one-shots that are not flipped over are not scored, even if you are swept.
Yep. Remember that.
Mm-hmm. Be the little bastard that denies your opponent 10 points. I know I did it. All right, next question. If a character is brought in from the sideline as a replacement, takes damage, returns to the sideline, then enters the game again as a replacement later, do they start on click 1 or the click they were on when they went to the sideline?
I think it depends on however their sideline is worded, like however that sideline trait is worded.
It's largely going to affect. It's going to depend on the effect bringing it in from the sideline, because like a replacement effect, you're going to come in on the same click as the character you're replacing. A generate effect, you're always going to come in on click 1, but unless the effect specifically says, you're usually going to come in on click 1.
Yeah, like the new superhero Doctor Strange, he has an effect. When a friendly character with a Ghost Realm keyword is KO'd, instead of removing them from the game, you add them to your sideline. They're still scored, so keep doing them.
Right. And in their case, it's they're generated from the sideline is his other effect, right?
Yeah.
So generate, always going to be click 1. Replace is generally going to be the same click. The generate for the heralds is not going to be click 1. It's going to be the click that the generating herald was on.
Yep.
So it's going to kind of depend on the effect. But in general, when a character comes in from the sideline, they're considered to be a new character, even if they were previously in the game. So if there's nothing that says otherwise, they're going to come in on click 1.
Yeah, untokened.
All right. And then the last question from Merritt. If a character without special powers is carrying a character that does have special powers into a halt mutant affected square, do they stop moving?
Isn't it placed?
Character with special powers can't be moved or placed within 4 squares of a character that was chosen for halt mutant.
So they wouldn't be able to carry them?
What would happen is the character carrying can move through any of those squares as long as they don't also have a special power. If they stopped within 4 squares and they don't have a square outside of those 4 squares to place, then it's an illegal placement. So it just cuts off the carry. The carried character stays where they were. The same way as like if you declared carry and then moved into 1 square in the middle of like blocking in characters with no adjacent squares, you couldn't resolve the carry, so the carried character would stay where they were. A couple other interesting things like that, because I know there's a lot of questions around halt mutant. If you have a character with special powers that's exactly 4 squares away from the selected halt mutant character, they can move from 4 squares away to 5 squares away. They won't be able to move in, but they can move out. That's not true if they're closer, because they would have to move through another square. It's also, you can TK somebody out of it as long as the square that you're placing them in is not inside of that 4 square radius.
Yeah.
And then another one that I saw this week on HeroClix rules chat was a question around what happens if the character chosen for Halt Mutant is mind controlled and they have a special power. So I choose, we'll just say I choose Spot for Halt Mutant. And then on your turn, Corey, you mind control my Spot that I chose for Halt Mutant. Can that Spot move?
How is Halt Mutant worded?
At the beginning of your turn, choose a character. Opposing characters with special powers can't be moved or placed within 4 squares of this character.
I would say he can because he's friendly to himself.
No, because that's a good guess, and not. It's very understandable, but the effect has nothing to do with the chosen character. The effect exists by itself on the one shot on the sideline. So even though he's still the chosen player, he's now opposing to the force the one shot is on. And since he's within 4 squares of himself, he can't be moved or placed.
Interesting. So I think this came up in one of our games. Like me and Miles, I think, did it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very odd.
Yeah, it's a weird interaction. And it has to do with that the source of the power is from the one shot and not the character. There are other one shots that say like the character has blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And in that case, then the source is the character. But if it doesn't say that, then the source is the one shot.
Interesting.
Yeah. But that's rules, baby. Always something weird. Should I talk about that weird terrain marker one that I came across this week
Yeah.
to finish it?
Go for it.
So there's another weird thing when you're using a close terrain action with a marker. If you target a single character with a close terrain action, say you have a character with super strength and blades for some reason, you can hit with the terrain marker and then opt to roll blades instead of taking the damage modifier from the object.
Mm-hmm.
Which generally would not be a big deal, right? Because you would be adjacent. Except for there are terrain markers that grant giant reach. So you could potentially, if you have super strength and blades, pick up like an object that grants giant reach 3 and then blade somebody from 2 squares away.
Would that combo with Travis?
No, it would not combo with Travis because Travis would
close...
happen when you first attack.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. That's it. It makes an interesting rules interaction, though. Let's look at the wording of Travis. I gotta remember to type what the piece is actually named. You know, I would say it would combo with Travis.
Hell yeah.
Because it says once per game when a friendly character that can use Blades, Claws, Bangs makes a close attack, they may target all adjacent opposing characters with that attack. And since you're making it with the giant reach 3, then you go, oh, and I'm using Blades. So there's a fun way. There's a fun way to get your Blades character for the Travis bomb.
Yeah.
Giant reach.
I like it.
All right. I'm tired, man. I've got a 6:30 a.m. international work call tomorrow.
Dang, those frittatas took it out of you.
They did. They really did. So I think that's going to do it for this episode of the Eaglehub. Until next time.
Get wrecked, nerds.
Abolish ICE.
All day, every day.